Good afternoon. A leading mental health charity has warned people could die after the Metropolitan Police announced officers will not attend emergency calls linked to mental health incidents unless there is a threat to life. Starting in September, the force says it wants to free up officers to spend more time on their core roles. Sam Holder reports.
Who is responsible for responding to a mental health emergency? Not the police, according to the country's biggest force. From September, the Met will no longer respond to 999 calls about mental health unless there is a threat to life. The UK's biggest mental health charity is warning that there isn't enough time to bring in such radical changes safely.
My worst fears are that people will lose their lives. I think that people who are in mental health crisis are often experiencing suicidal thoughts, are often in the middle of active self-harm. And so it does demand police paramedic intervention urgently.
The Metropolitan Police deal with 500 to 600 mental health incidents every month, with officers spending up to 10 hours with a patient, something the Met believe isn't their responsibility. They say that health services must take primacy for caring for the mentally ill, allowing officers to focus on their core responsibilities to prevent and detect crime and keep communities safe and support victims. Who will take on the mantle isn't clear. The ambulance service is already stretched, with record delays this past winter, and charities have no powers to help deal with emergencies. Mind agree too much responsibility lies with frontline police, but warn it will take at least a year to come up with a safe alternative system. Sam Holder, ITV News.
Philip Schofield has refuted claims of a toxic culture at ITV's flagship daytime show this morning, which returned today after a weekend of speculation over its future. The presenter quit the broadcaster on Friday after he admitted to an affair with a much younger male colleague and that he'd lied about it to his employers. Well, Ellie Pitt is live outside Television Centre in West London. And any questions continue around how people were treated there?
Definitely, Yasmin. This morning returned at 10 a.m. after a weekend of debate, now focusing on the working culture at the show. And just before the programme came on air, ex-host Philip Schofield posted online, "This morning is the best show to work on with the best people. In all the years I worked there was no toxicity." And this morning's host today, Alison Hammond and Dermot O'Leary, have responded to the fallout on air. Here's what they said.
We all know we happen to be in the news at the moment, and of course we appreciate that. But just from both of us and the whole team here, the crew, the guys downstairs, we love making this show for all of you.
Yeah, we really do. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to continue to do that.
Well, this comes after Dr. Ranj, who gave medical advice on This Morning for 10 years, came out over the weekend and said that the culture there was toxic and that he was managed out after he raised concerns with those at the top of ITV. Well, ITV bosses have said that they carried out an external review after Dr. Ranj raised his complaint, which found no evidence of bullying or discrimination. But with big names linked to the show weighing in on this argument, it's getting hard for ITV bosses to ignore this continuing row.
Ellie Pitt, thank you. Mauricio Pochettino has been appointed the new Chelsea manager. The former Tottenham coach will take over from Frank Lampard, who oversaw his final game in charge against Newcastle yesterday. It brings to an end an almost 2-month process to find a permanent successor to Graham Potter, who was sacked last month. And finally, Luton Town fans have been lining the streets to welcome home their football heroes. Crowds are packed into St George's Square for the celebration. The club won promotion to the Premier League after beating Coventry City on Saturday. Their victory takes them back into the top division for the first time in 30 years. That's all we've got time for at the moment. ITV News is back at about 6:45. For now, though, from all of us, goodbye.